I think I meditated mostly on the sensation of being chilly and wondering if there was another blanket at the back of the room. I grabbed one. It's an honor to be here with you, all of you, many familiar faces, many new faces. I will share that I am a teacher, so I've brought infographics and homework. So if you missed that at the back, feel free to get up and grab that if you would like, as well as some lyrics to a song that I was introduced to at the closing of a retreat that I just went on. I was up in Canada on Salt Spring Island on retreat for 6 days. And at our closing circle, we sang this song to each other. You do not carry this all alone. You do not carry this all alone. This is way too big for you to carry it all on your own. So you do not carry this on your own. I won't speak much about the predicament that we're in, but I think we all know that our world is in dire need of an understanding that we are not alone, that we are interdependent, that we need each other, that we affect each other. I like to think of this as ecosystem consciousness. So, what is an ecosystem? Ecosystems are everywhere. In fact, you are an ecosystem. Your family is an ecosystem. This Sangha is an ecosystem. In an ecosystem, there are inputs and outputs. There are many variables that we don't know about, we don't maybe understand, but they're there. And everything has an impact, right? So this talk is a love note to you, my Sangha, but also to my family and my classroom. I am getting ready to embark on a new adventure as a special education teacher this year in a new school. This is also a love note to our earth, our home. And so, as a special education teacher, I feel it's my greatest task to create a learning ecosystem in my classroom that really meets the needs of a very diverse community. And so my talk today is called Neurodivergent Interdependence, because I believe this understanding is essential for the time that we're in. As a child, I was told it's okay to be weird. You just don't want to be strange, because that's when you're so weird that people are afraid of you. I was told this as a very young child, repeatedly, because I'm weird. So I was constantly trying to figure out, how weird can I be? Like, at what point do I start to see the signals of people being afraid of me? Is it when they're annoyed by me? Is it when they, as my brothers often did, tell me to shut up, Beth? Because I was weird. I mean, I am weird. But I'm also strange. And so this part of myself, the strange part that I became aware of, I did everything I could to keep it under wraps, which was not easy. And so when you receive this implicit message that I received, and I imagine many of you received the same message, even if you didn't have that particular verbiage, we learn to kind of hold ourselves back a bit in this world that we're in. So this is not ideal for children to feel, that there's this part of themselves to keep secret. Okay? That does some things. Some of the things are great, because I found going into the bathroom and like talking to myself and being my entire fully expressed strange self to be really powerful and joyful. But there were other parts of my strange self that I didn't share. I kept secret. Now, the reality is that what happened here is I became a performer. And for any of you who have come and done a little interplay with me, I see some of my interplay friends up front here. Interplay is a improvisational movement, dance, storytelling, singing, and stillness. Expression of whatever is coming through. But for me, this people-pleasing of holding back, it served me well in many ways. However, it created this inner life that I struggled with, and I'm not alone. The inner life is extraordinary. Some would say it's magical. And so at the time, as a young child, I didn't have any understanding of neurodivergence or interdependence or any of these concepts. But as an educator, a woman who's becoming an elder, for those of you that have joined the Discord, Burkana, that's me, she's the elder. She's the part of me that's stepping into a time of responsibility. And so I feel it is my responsibility to share what is neurodiversity, what is neurodivergence, and how is this a gift to us all? So I have come as a teacher to really be attracted to working with weirdos. I have come to specialize in guiding the learning of students who were often perceived as challenging, complex, intimidating, scary. In fact, I was just somewhere and I said, I'm going to be a special education teacher this year. I've been an art education teacher for a long time. And someone was like, oh my God, really? I've never heard of anybody leaving art education to go into special education. And I could sense this sounded scary. Now, this concept, let me give you some definitions. Now, this handout, there's a lovely infographic, and it's meant to really express the broadness of neurodivergence, neurodiversity. So, Merriam-Webster says, individual differences in brain functioning are regarded as normal variations within the human population. The concept that differences in brain functioning within the human population are normal, the brain functioning that is not neurotypical should not be stigmatized, and that people with neurodivergent brain functioning should not be excluded from groups, organizations, etc. Now, based on my inner laboratory and lifelong learning curriculum, we are neurodivergent as a species. There are many different factors, and that's what you find on this handout. You know, you may be on the autism spectrum disorder or the autism spectrum. You may have any number of labels, life experiences. You may have trauma. You may have anxiety, OCD. You may come from a unique cultural background. In studying neurodiversity, I've really come to question, what is neurotypical? Does that even exist? And so our experiences in our lives shape us, right? We are shaped by our genetics, we're shaped by our conditioning, we're shaped by the teachers that we've had, the siblings, the friends, the neighbors, the Sangha members, right? We're shaped. And we change each other, for better or worse. We are inextricably connected. Just under the neurodiversity handout, there's this concept of interpersonal neurobiology. And this concept was created by Dr. Dan Siegel. And what it seeks to do is orient us to what is mind. What is mind? Mind is the energy and information flowing through our wholly embodied brain in relationship. We are interdependent. Neurobiologically, culturally, through the air we breathe, through the water we drink, through the roads we drive on, through the systems that rise and fall that we participate in. We are one human family. Thich Nhat Hanh says the next Buddha will be the Sangha, right? Well, that Sangha is also neurodivergent, meaning we're all unique humans. And through seeking to understand ourselves and each other, we embody the practice of love. To understand neurodivergence and interdependence is to understand humanity in all of its complexity. And we find well-being in interbeing. Dr. Siegel talks about interpersonal neurobiology in this little framework here as the triangle of well-being. I was raised with this concept that we are one in the bond of love. It's a great song. We sang it a lot when I was a kid. So how do I, in my strange brain, come to be in right relationship in my Sangha, in my classroom, in my world? Well, the Buddha tells us, the wise man makes an island of himself that no flood can overwhelm. How can I be an island that's also interdependent? Well, what the Buddha means here is that, yes, I am an island. I am to be explored. I am an ecosystem to be understood. But islands don't exist alone. They're surrounded by water. And often, in this metaphor, you're surrounded by other islands. So, to understand oneself as an island is to understand how to participate in the Sangha, in this world. So knowing what activates us, knowing our sensory preferences, knowing our bias. And so we sit and we meditate and we practice mindfulness so that we understand ourself in context to others. So this ecosystem of self is like an expeditionary life practice. Explore. Sit with what is arising. And I will tell you, this quote of the Buddha that I just dropped on the floor, this wise man makes an island of himself. No one can overwhelm. No flood can overwhelm. I will tell you, if my basement flooded as it did this last week, 20 years ago, I would have been a mess. I would have had a panic attack. I would have been weeping. But I just saw this as an opportunity to purge, reorganize, reset. And so, what are we to do? Don't just do something, sit there, right? Be in your laboratory. This is your curriculum. This is your life of learning. And know that by seeking to understand others and their neurodivergence, you will better understand yourself. Raising 3 neurodivergent teenage boys, oh my goodness, I know myself better now more than ever. And so what is ours to do as a Sangha? When you're off the cushion, share your peace. Share your food, share your time, your skills, your money. Engage in collective action within whatever is surrounding your island. We are not alone. And this is so big. We don't carry it on our own. Now more than ever, humanity must reorient ourselves to understand we are an ecosystem. And our interdependence is required for moving forward. So I would invite you to join me. I'll sing this first if you have the lyrics. This song has become like a lullaby to myself, and I sing it to myself every day now. So if you are not someone who wants to sing out to others, I invite you to sing this to yourself. So I'll sing it through once, and then we'll sing it through a couple times together. How about 3 times for the 3 jewels? You do not carry this all alone. You do not carry this all alone. This is way too big for you to carry it all on your own. So you do not carry this on your own. You do not carry this on your own. You do not carry this on your own. This is way too big for you to carry it all on your own. So you do not carry this on your own. You do not carry this on your own. You do not carry this on your own. This is way too big for you to carry it all on your own. So you do not carry this on your own. One more time. You do not carry this on your own. You do not carry this on your own. This is way too big for you to carry it all on your own. So you do not carry this on your own.